Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 steps on how to improve your financial situation before you step into your God-ordained marriage. Now, the first step in improving your financial situation is the awareness stage. Before I can make improvements to my financial situation, I first must be aware of how much income I have coming in, every month. And then number 2, what are my expenses, right? So I want you to make a list of all of your income you have coming in for the month, total it up so that you know your number, and then also make a list of all of your expenses you have coming in for the month, total that number up so that you're now clear and you know, okay, these are my numbers for my expenses for the month. This is how much income I have coming in. Now, once you do these 2 things, you're gonna, it's gonna begin to reveal some things to you, right? Number 1, it might reveal to you that you have, enough money coming in to cover your expenses, which is great, okay? And if that's the case for you, then you could begin to ask yourself, okay, the extra money I have left over, okay, do I want to put this in savings? Do I want to, if I have debt, do I want to pay down a certain bill, right? Begin to, take a look at how much money do I have left over and what do I want to do with this money that's left over, okay? Now, another revelation you might get after you total up your income and your expenses is you might begin to realize I have more expenses coming in than money, which is causing you now to go into the negative. And so, again, that's telling you something. Either I need to cut back on some of these expenses. So maybe I need to, cancel my Hulu or my Netflix subscription, right? Maybe I need to lower my cell phone bill. Maybe I need to just cut the cable bill off, Whatever the case may be, if you have more expenses coming in than your income, we got to begin to make some changes here, okay? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you want to start now while you're single, while you're in this preparation season, preparing your finances, okay? Before you get in this marriage, because you don't want to take, you don't want to walk into your God-ordained marriage. You already in a negative now. You don't want to bring that into the marriage, okay? So let's get a handle on our finances and let's begin to put, certain things in place, okay? So, like I said, you could cut back on some of your expenses, or you could go get a side job, a part-time job, just to help to cover your expenses, okay? The choice is up to you. Number 2, the second step on how to improve your financial situation is all about debt elimination. So the Bible tells us in Romans chapter 13, verse 8, let no debt remain outstanding. See, God, He created His children to be the head and not the tail, right? He said, I want you above and not beneath. He created us to be lenders, not borrowers. And so when we find ourselves, signing up to get these credit cards, or taking out loans, we are now putting ourselves in a position to be borrowed, to be, in hardship position, where you're struggling now to get out of that financial situation. So we got to begin to, if we want to see our financial situation improve, we got to begin to get our financial, situation in alignment with this word, okay? So if the word say, let no debt remain outstanding, and if you have debt, okay, it's time to do something about this debt, okay? Because some people have this mindset, they know they have credit card bills or student loan debt, and they like, we're going to keep on putting that in forbearance. They don't have any plan on paying off that debt, right? And that's not the way to go, okay? You're just going to keep your life in this cycle of struggle and hardship, okay? And with a low credit score, okay? But when we talk about debt elimination, okay, the goal is to be free of debt, right? So one of the things I recommend for you to do is, you can pull your credit report. And when you pull your credit report, I want you to see what is on your credit, write down, list out all of your debt that's on your credit. And if you have other bills at home that's not showing up on your credit, I want you to, write these bills down on a sheet of paper. Once you have listed out all of your debt, I want you to arrange your debt from the smallest amount to the highest amount, okay? And when you list it, from when you start from smallest to highest, right? We're going to focus on paying off one debt at a time. So you're going to start with the smallest debt. So let's say your smallest debt is $50. Let's say you got a $50 dental bill, right? So you go ahead and pay that off today or tomorrow, right? When you pay it off, you can, I'm the type of person, I get motivated whenever I'm able to, cross something off, a list, I get motivated bad, right? Let me cover this up. You see how I have this to do, little notepad? This is what motivates me, right? This is how I get things done. So I need you to know, what are your motivators? What will cause you to get things done, right? So again, make a list of all of your debt. And I like to put it up on my wall, okay? Because I want to see it every day, because that's reminding me, okay, we got a goal to accomplish, Tequila, right? And as I'm paying off, that first debt, it's $50. I like to go to that wall and cross it off because I'm motivated by it, right? And then I could move down to the second debt, right? Let's say the second debt is $200. So I can make plans on paying, the second debt off, within the next month, right? And when I pay that debt off, I go back to the wall, cross it off, right? Now I'm building momentum. Now I'm seeing, how I'm working towards my goal, okay? So you got to figure out what works for you. And then you got to ask yourself, am I ready to get out of debt? Am I ready to do something about this debt, right? Because like I said, there's some who they have they have no desire to pay off their debt. They just like, whatever, when it's gone, it's gone. Okay. But the goal is to be free of debt. Okay. If you want to go into this marriage, with a clean slate, in a good financial situation or position, if you have debt, you want to start now doing something about your debt, okay? And then number 3, the third step is to practice living from a budget, okay? You want to practice living from a budget. Now, I know that sounds like, oh, I got to restrict myself. No, a budget simply means I'm telling my money where to go. I'm telling my money, this is where you're going, okay, for the month, versus me looking up and not even sure. I'm like, what happened to my money? You know how when you just get paid, as soon as you get paid, let's say on Friday, you go get you something to eat. You might stop and buy you a t-shirt or a shirt at the mall, right? And then, you picking up the kids and you buying them, snacks at the store, and then when you pay your rent, right? And then when you look at your paycheck, you're like, I just got paid on Friday. Now I only have $100 left. That is because you don't have a budget in place. Your money, basically, well, I ain't gonna say your money, but, you have no clue of what happened with your money, so you were just spending it freely. So when you live from a budget, I tell my money where it's going versus me, when I get paid and I'm just, spending it, unwisely. I'm telling my money, you're going to rent. This is the first thing that's getting paid. Then you're going to the utilities, right? It's a certain way how I do things, but living from a budget, it would really help you to organize your financial life. It would make things run a lot smoother because when you establish a monthly budget, you already know your numbers. You already know, this is my numbers for the month. This is how much income I need coming in to cover all of these expenses. This is where my money is going, right? And so all you have to do is just hit the income goal so that you can go ahead and, be able to pay off all of those expenses for the month, okay? So these are my 3 steps on how you can get started now preparing to get in a better financial situation, before you step into your God-ordained marriage. Let me know down in the comment section, what are some things you are currently doing to help prepare, yourself financially before your God-ordained marriage. Let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.